Friends, today our discussion topic is in service education. We all know it is the part of staff development program which is very important to keep the staffs within institution and making them updated. If you are a newly employed staff and just joined in any institution, then you have to go through some program like induction training, job orientation, in-service education, continuing education, and training for special function. And today we will discuss regarding in-service education. If you look at the term in-service education, there are two terms: in-service, which means education that takes place in the job setting, and education, which is the improvement of the quality of performance and seeking interest regarding job. Now we can focus to the philosophy of in-service education. We believe that in-service education based on need of the staffs, which means on which the topic in-service education can be given, that is determined by the staff's requirement, on which point they are weak, they need education or skills. Secondly, it is planned, flexible and dynamic according to the need of the staff or learner. Third, it is simple in language and term, so that all staff can gain knowledge, and practical, so that staff can improve their skills. Next, it should be purposeful and participative, means learner must participate in the in-service education. And obviously, it is employee, job and product oriented. Now, it is the time to know what is in-service education. It is planned educational activities intended to build upon the educational and experiential basis of the professional nurse for the enhancement of practice, education, administration and research or theory development to the end of improving the health of public, according to American Nurse Association. According to National League, it is planned educational experience provided in the job setting and closely identified with service in order to help a person perform more effectively. So, it is a planned educational activities and provided in the job setting, closely identified with service and improve performance. Now, coming to the steps of developing in service education. First of all is the assessment is very needed. We have to find out our community and professional need for in-service education and prioritizing them, finding out the resources. Second is the planning. Here we set objectives, method of participation and content preparation. And third is the implementation phase, where actual conduction of training done with ongoing monitoring. And last phase is the evaluation. It is very important step to find out whether the in-service education is fruitful or not. So, pre-test and post-test performed to compare and identify the training effectiveness. Follow-up can be done to assess the extent of retention of learning. Now, coming to the aims or objectives or needs of the in-service education. First of all, it improves professional practice. Second, keep the employee enthusiastic about the latest knowledge, improve skills and ability of the staff, overall improve quality of healthcare, develop interest regarding job and job satisfaction, reduce monotony from the regular job. If we want to organize the in-service education, then it can be done in three ways: centralized, decentralized and coordinated approach. First of all, centralized approach. Here, the authorities set the education topic and priority. They set the venue, usually outside the clinical field, so it is centrally controlled. That's why budget control and evaluation is easy. But there are some drawbacks, like actual work situation not met, reduced spontaneous interest and participation, lesser ability to determine specific learning needs, and inability to meet varying need of the individual as topics already chosen by centrally by the authority. Coming to the decentralized in-service education. This is done after taking feedback from the employee, whether the in-service education is needed or not, or on which topic it can be done. It is the most important advantage in this approach. So, the determined goal is common and it become more initiative and participative and related to clinical problem. But there are also some drawbacks like lack of leadership as authority takes less responsibility. Sometimes the group makes conflict among them and difficult budget preparation, sometimes duplication of the effort and authority level obstruction. Now coming to the coordinated approach. It is compromised between the centralized and decentralized approach. Like authority takes feedback from the employee, or sometimes after visiting the practical field, authority decide about the in-service education and its topic. Nowadays, it is the most used approach. So, there are advantages like coordination among employee and employer improved, duplication avoided, unity of effort maintained, and mutual cooperation and assistance present. But there are some drawbacks like lack of leadership to some extent and difficulty in budget preparation. If we want to make success in service education, then it must be planned priorly and must be based on the organizational philosophy. It must be realistic and applicable in terms of human and material resources. Institution must provide opportunity for the learning and proper arrangement and accommodation for the employee is needed. And there are some benefits of in-service education like helps to achieve goal, improve efficiency of the staff, reduce monotony in the job, and develop interest and job satisfaction. Also, there are some drawbacks like create pressure in the job setting and norms of old behavior sometimes interfere with the new behavior, consume time from the daily work schedule, and budget have to fix earlier for the planning of in-service education. Thank you all. If you have any queries, then please inform me in my inbox.